Hello, I just want to quickly talk you through our website, which I hope you're finding useful. The site's getting quite busy now, lots of information on there and lots of people looking at it. So I just want to show you how to get to the places you probably want to or need to and talk you through. So for those of you who haven't been on the site, you can get the most out of it. Now the first thing, the left-hand menu, you can see that it's arranged in terms of curriculum area. So I've clicked on crafts and first of all I get an overview of level 5 PIC. So that's sort of the overall general running order of the sessions that we have, and if you click on there that will enlarge and you can see some key reading and little write-ups of what we're covering in each session. And the key reading here is quite broken down, so if you're struggling with academic reading you can just start here, pages 45 to 48 in the key text, and then progress to more complex text reading around the subject. So that's your kind of home page for your curriculum area. If we go now, we can see there are 4 subsections. Now pre-learning is information about that session that will be put up before the session. So if you have a lecture in particular, you might want to go and look at the notes, you might want to go and find out sort of an overview of what we're going to be covering. So that gives you a chance to read around the subject and think about the subject, prepare for the session. So that's under pre-learning and that will go up the week before the session. Presentation will be kind of copies and links to the actual lecture notes and lecture presentations. So critical perspectives, you've got the PDF version and also a link. I use Prezi, so directly to Prezi for my presentations. The reflection, at the moment that's my write-up of what's happened in the session, the sort of things we talked about and any essential information you've asked for. So you might find that useful. What would be lovely is if we could actually have different people's reflections. So maybe if I could come and sort of take a photograph of your lecture notes so that we all have a kind of shared reflective space rather than it just being a sort of lecturer's reflection on the session. That'd be really nice. So if you're happy to share lecture notes or if you've got some particular reflections from that lesson, please share them with me and we can use them together. And the final menu button here is Pinboard, and the Pinboard is the Padlet board, which this is a direct link to another site, and if you give it a couple of seconds to load, you'll see that all our images and information that we've got start to pop up there. So that's for us to start talking about some of the ideas and the visual images you've chosen. Now they don't have to necessarily be the images you're going to be looking at for your long assignment, but just things of interest, or you can use them, of course, to upload the information or the image that you might be using for your assignment. So I'm going to go back now to the main site. The site is growing as we go along. One of the areas here is collaborative journal, and Simon and I are looking at some forum software that we can put on here to really kind of get to grips with critical discussion. So we've got a sort of informal space. At the moment we've got Padlet boards, and Simon is talking to his students about his session content in sort of quite a long comments thread, so do please go and have a look at that. But we will be bringing some proper forum software, link that to the site so that we can have genuine critical discussion, and that's across all curriculum areas. That's our intention there. Resources, we have a glossary, key terms, we've got a referencing guide which will take you to our external site which has videos about referencing and a little bit of information on the digital technologies we might be using. We have our self-assessment, which most of you have already completed, and that's to give us an idea of how we can sort of account for your particular needs in the curriculum. And we've got some critical learning, so some more of the kind of study skills aspect, which we're putting up as and when we can. So for example, research, here we've got the PowerPoint on academic reading that we looked at yesterday, and some links to the Royal Literary Fund and other external sites, and we'll grow this as we go through the curriculum. So I really hope you find this helpful. I hope you find the site helpful. Please let us know of any feedback you've got on the site, and I'll look forward to seeing you next session.